Hello and welcome to lesson number 4. In this particular video, you're going to learn how to use AW Stats, which is built into the cPanel, and how to apply it to your business. Essentially, knowing what goes on in your website is crucial. We'll discuss what the differences are between AW Stats and Google Analytics in this lesson. Google Analytics typically gives you a more granular view of what's going on in your business, right? That said, not everybody uses Google Analytics. Not everyone uses it in the right way or at the right time. So, the nice thing about your cPanel is your AW Stats is always running. There are specific golden nuggets that it gives you that Google Analytics does not really give you. We will dive into that further. In other words, in this lesson, not only will you be given an overview of AW Stats, but you'll also learn different features of AW Stats that, if used correctly, can actually go beyond and increase your website traffic and protect you as well. You'll also learn how people find you with keywords they are typing in search engines and how to use that to your advantage. You'll also learn who is linking to you for good reasons or even bad reasons so that you can protect yourself. We're going to take a little bit of out-of-the-box thinking here and show you some things that you may never have seen before. So, to access AW Stats, all you need to do is go back to your main screen, as you can see here, and scroll down. Under the metrics section, you'll see AW Stats. Now, I want to briefly talk about these other metrics. The visitors basically just tell you every single IP address and every single file that they are accessing. So, if you want a granular view of what is happening, what people are accessing, or what IP addresses are accessing your site, you would go here to find that. This bandwidth just tells you how much bandwidth or how many files in the metric of megabytes or gigabytes your prospects and site visitors are using. If you have a lot of videos, you have thousands of gigabytes of videos, and there are hundreds of people visiting it per day, it gives you a better idea of how much your website is actually using. In addition to that, you can click on AW Stats. I'm not going to show you this because it will reveal my domain. But if you click on that, it will give you the option of either choose the regular yourdomain.com or the SSL version of yourdomain.com. Then, of course, you get to see your monthly history over time, which is happening on your website, the days, the months, and which months are potentially getting more traffic. That's something that I would highly advise you to really start looking into. What days are your visitors reacting? Are there certain days that are better than others? It's going to be different for different websites, and knowing that information is actually going to really help you increase your traffic and potentially increase your sales if you're running a business. We've got days of week. We've got hours, which is crucial. You might notice that you might be getting more people at a specific hour or a specific time, and knowing this data is important because you can connect it to your email autoresponder system and email people at that specific hour. You're really taking yourself out of the box here and actually understanding what is happening. Knowing how people are interacting with your website is crucial. We have locations, which is basically where people are coming from, the different countries, different locations, and all that. We have different hosts. We have different authenticated users, and learn what kind of robots are visiting your site. Is Google coming to your site and indexing your site? Is Yahoo doing that? Are other search engines indexing your site? Then there's the visit's duration. How long are people actually staying on your site? Are they staying a few seconds? If they are, that might not be a good sign. Maybe you can look at your content and see why. If they're staying a long time on specific pages, then why is that? Is it because there are videos that are intriguing? What is that? Use this data to your advantage. You can see file size. What kind of files are they accessing? Are they accessing regular pages, or are they downloading files? Are they downloading a lot of zip files or video files or whatever? Then there are the different pages. What kind of pages are they accessing? What kind of operating systems are they using? What kind of browsers are they using? You can also see where they're coming from. You can see which search engines are sending traffic to you. Who is linking to you? What files are they linking to? This is a great way to figure out who is linking to you. Are they doing it for good reasons? Are they maybe recommending you? Or are they linking to you and trying to hack your files? Maybe they found a loophole in your files and they're sharing it with everybody else illegally. You can find that information and figure out what is happening within AW Stats. You can also see the search phrases. What kind of search phrases are people typing into Google to find you? So, this is really good to have. We've got search key phrases, which are phrases, a bunch of keywords put together, or keywords in the top 25 right here. Then you can see the different types of browsers people are using with different types of support. That might or might not be useful to you, but at the end of the day, what I found is from here up to here usually is very good golden nuggets that you could potentially use in other areas of your business. So, that's basically an overview of AW Stats, but at the same time, definitely install Google Analytics and look at both. Compare both data and see what is happening in your business and your website in more detail. Hello and welcome to lesson number 5. In this video, you're going to learn what Softoculous is and how to use it. Softoculous replaced Fantastico, which is basically a popular suite of software scripts that you can build into your website. Things like WordPress and Joomla. If you want a forum, you can build forums with Softoculous. There are a lot of different free scripts that you have access to that you do not have to spend extra money for. They're all built in. In other words, Softoculous gives you access to things like WordPress, blogs, bulletin boards, even support help desk, and more. In this lesson, you'll be given an overview of this suite and how to use it properly. We'll show you how to install things like WordPress with a few clicks of your mouse. Where it's located can be different for different people. For most of you, it should be located somewhere down near the bottom. If we keep scrolling down, we can see that it says the Softoculous Apps Installer. What's nice about this is you have access to tons of scripts that you could potentially use, and just be aware that you want to pick and choose whatever you want. It's super easy, so try to install as much as possible scripts, but just keep in mind that the more you install, the slower your website will be. So, pick and choose wisely. Maybe 1, 2, or 3 scripts maximum. Let me just do a quick run through here. We've got blogs. We've got microblogs. If you click these links down below, these are categories. These are all the scripts. If you're not really sure which one to choose, if you click on blogs here, you'll be able to see all the blogs. As we can see here, we've got WordPress, we've got OpenBlog, we've got Serendipity, and there's a lot more. I'm not going to go through every single one, but if you click on blogs, it will categorize it. Then you can look through this. You've got microblogs. We've got portals or content management systems like Joomla and all of that. There are also specialized ones for real estate and more. We've got forums here. So let's say, for example, you want to create a community. Click forums. We got PHP BB. We've got SMF. SMF is really good script for building community. PHBB is good. BB Press is also good. We have image galleries here. Keep in mind, if you're installing something like WordPress, you don't really need all of these. You can actually create all of these options within WordPress by using WordPress plugins. Then we have wikis. We have social networking scripts. We have calendars. We have analytics. And we have e-commerce. There are tons and tons of stuff in here. But at the end of the day, the best way to know exactly what to install is to figure out, okay, what is my plan? What is my vision? Does it actually match what I'm trying to do? Then go from there. Now, in this particular video, I want to show you how easy it is to install all of these. I'm going to click on WordPress here, and you can see within a few clicks and a few things that we need to enter, we're going to create a WordPress site really fast. All you need to do is simply scroll down and click on Install Now, and then it's going to say Software Setup. You want to choose your protocol. If you're using an SSL certificate, you want to use this https://. If you're not, then use one of these two and then one of these. Then of course, you want to choose your domain name. The reason why this is listed is because if you have a subdomain name, you can actually install it in there. Then there's the directory. If you leave this blank, it's going to install it at yourdomain.com. If you enter a directory, it's going to install it within that directory within yourdomain.com. So if it's WP, for example, it will be yourdomain.com/WP. So if somebody goes to yourdomain.com, they're not going to see the WordPress site. Hopefully that makes sense. Once you've done that, then what you want to do is enter your admin account, your admin username and password. I would say by default it has admin there, but it's highly advised not to use the word admin because most WordPress blogs use that and it's super easy for people to hack into your site. So make sure you change something that is not admin and not even any words inside of your domain name. We'll just do something like that. Then of course, we've got the password. Then you'll enter your email. You'll enter your site language, and then you'll choose what you want here. You can also choose a theme later. We'll just select this one here. Then you want to enter the email details that you want. In case it sends to you information in the future, you click install. That's it. That's how easy it is to literally install the scripts. If you were to do this manually and install WordPress manually, it would actually take you literally about 30 minutes to install this, even though they say it's a 5-minute install process. Remember, using Soft Oculus allows you to install a variety different software really fast. Hopefully, that opens your eyes to the potential software and scripts that you can install really fast. And with that said, let's move on to our next lesson. In this particular video, we're going to talk about how to set up an error and redirect pages. Did you know that you could be losing traffic when people land on certain areas of your website that don't exist? In other words, over time and over the years of maintaining your website, you'll have pages and elements, videos, zip files, or whatever that will disappear on your website. Perhaps you will delete them. However, over the years, they will be indexed by Google. If somebody clicks on that through Google and they come to your website, it will lead to what we call a 404 error page. Now, think about it for just a second. If you were that prospect and you clicked on a link and it went to a 404 error page, what does that first impression give you? Most likely, it gives you the impression that the site is not maintained. Or maybe it's not very professional, right? In that case, what it will do is it will be detrimental to your reputation. You don't want that. Instead, you want people to be redirected to either a page that actually works or a specific page that you want all the traffic to be redirected to. This is where the 404 error page comes in. Fortunately, on the cPanel hosting panel, you can specify where you want all this traffic to go. In other words, what if you could redirect all that traffic back to either the main page or a working area of your website? Well, that's what you can do. In this video, we're going to show you how to create that 404 error page, and we'll talk about the other types of error pages as well. What you want to do is find the title that says Error Pages. Don't worry about the icon. We can even do a search for error. That's not the metrics though. It's not going to be under there. It's going to be error pages, or it might be 404 pages. We have edit common error codes, or show all HTTP error code. The 404 is the one that's not found. So, that's what we're talking about. Anytime we delete a file, a page, or anything like that, that's generally where somebody is going to come in to access your site from Google or a site that has been indexed. The next thing after that is to enter some HTML code that tells the system to redirect to whatever page you decide. Now, I'm not going to expect you to understand HTML code. I could go through here and tell you to pause it and just copy it. You can do that. Or you can simply go to google.com and do a search for HTML meta redirect. Get the code, and then just enter the code as you can see here. Sometimes you'll have stuff in the body and you can remove that. You can change the title, but basically it's HTML. There's a head, there's a title, and there's a meta head body. You can pause the video and just do that, or do the other way. but just make sure that it says meta refresh content equal to 0. 0 means that it will redirect immediately. If there's a number in there, it will wait that many seconds. So if there's a number 5 in there, it will wait 5 seconds before it redirects. Then, as you can see here, I'm telling it to redirect to google.com. But in your case, it's going to be http://yourdomain.com. That's what it's going to be. When you're done, you click on save. Anytime anyone goes to yourdomain.com/some random URL, instead of going to an error page, they are redirected to your main page or whatever you want to redirect them to. And that's it.